Hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone is doing well today and would like to thank you for tuning into this channel. I am your host, guide, and sometimes entertainer, Mr. Navidon. So for this first video, it'll only be an introduction into this Let's Play of Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. I will try to keep this brief so that we can dive right in, but I want to take a few minutes to talk about this walkthrough and let you, the audience, know what the information is about. I am going to assume that you are a new player at this game, but I would think that even veteran players are going to learn a few things. Also, thank you, Larian Studios, for developing this game, and I hear you might have a new one out. I'll have to check into that. But for now, this will be a very long walkthrough, so I intend to keep the videos about an hour long each. Okay, the first part of this intro is going to be the why. So a little history. I know. Boo, right? History sucks. Yeah. But it's important because it will give you a little insight into why this Let's Play. When I was searching for a new game about a year and a half ago, I read the reviews about this one and they were quite good, and the game had a high replay value, so I picked it up on a Steam sale. You may have read about the people that couldn't get their way out of Fort Joy, no matter how hard they tried. Well, I was one of those people. Always wondering what's the best build from a mage to a rogue, wondering what origin character has the best story, from Thane to Beast, and what's better, going into it with a solo build or with a party. What will happen if I do this quest before that one, and what's the best way to escape Fort Joy? But the biggest question of them all was, how do I get the most experience points? There are many good walkthroughs I found on YouTube, but they all seemed a little rushed to me, and none of them I found covered the story. When it comes to the dialogue or the narrator's voice, it was always bleep 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 bleep, or that NPC might as well be talking underwater. In my opinion, the story is what sells the game. For me to get into an RPG, I need to understand what the developers created so I can put myself into that world and try to make sense of it all. And so that it becomes believable to me. For example, if I cast source magic, and that is what brings out the Void Woken to swarm in from the void and poses a threat to all, and why the Magisters imposed their rule. But I find it a lot of fun in killing oversized bugs, and I would have to think that you would agree. So with that said, I also found out that the game has a steep learning curve. What I mean by that is if you make it out of Fort Joy at level 4, you're going to stumble your way around the rest of the game, and it's going to become very hard for you on tactician mode because you're going to be underleveled. I know, because I was there. But all of that changed for me when I came across the tactician and honor mode walkthrough guide. I have now beaten the game in tactician mode, but with solo builds only. I have not finished the game in honor mode or with a party, and to do this will create some new challenges of its own. For example, in the instance of an NPC like Trupdoy, he summons 6 ghosts, and to get the most XP, we need to kill all of them first before him. So yeah, this will be a challenge, but also great fun. All right. For this next part of the intro, I'd like to cover the who. I have touched on that there aren't really any walkthroughs that told the story or mentioned the how or why as to the way we are. So I thought, since this is a completionist guide walkthrough, I will include the story for the whole experience and add another fun level to it. So with that in mind, this Let's Play I will be using a 4 origin character party, and each character has their own story as well as their own specific tasks and missions that they are trying to achieve. With that, our job is to help them complete those missions and actions for their stories as well. My lead character or avatar for this walkthrough will be Losa, and her build will be a Hydra Sophist, mostly, with a little arrow mixed in. I find her story very fun, and I think that we can all relate with her in that we all have our own demons from one degree to another. Plus, the girl can sing. Who doesn't like a famous musician in their party? Come on. Now, in the beginning, she is learning magic, so she isn't very good at spell casting, but she can help in other ways until the mid to late game where she becomes a real powerhouse. The other three origin characters are well a surprise for now, but I will be using a mixed party of two mages and two physical damage dealers. I hope I use your favorite origin character, and if I don't, well, maybe another Let's Play later on, I can. The characters I choose will stay pretty near to their base builds from what the developers have come up with. Okay, the next topic I'd like to cover is experience points in general. When I was first starting to figure out how to play this game, I only used solo builds. I thought it would be simpler to supply, buy, and level up one character. Now, this may be true, but you can't get the most XP from just one character. There are spots in this game that is necessary to have at least two or more for the most XP. Also depends on the character that you create or an origin that you have that you bring along has the scholar tag attached to them. It's not a ton of extra XP, but the goal is to be the most over leveled in the area that you are engaged in combat in. Also, to get the most XP, you're going to need to take out some good NPCs and some animals. I know that it's hard killing some fluffies and some good guys, but you have to say to yourself, if I don't, then that's a missed XP opportunity. And in some cases, it's scripted that they die anyway, and so does the XP potential. Also, this guy says to kill just about everyone to get their loot, even if they don't give XP for doing so. Now, I don't play that way. I only take out one NPC in Act 1 that gives no XP, and that is because they deserve it. Trust me. Now, with all that said, I get the same amount of XP as the guide suggests, but I do deviate slightly in the order in which I get the same amount of XP, just from trial and error. Not much though, I follow it pretty closely, and we don't leave Fort Joy until level 6. The next thing I like to cover is mods. Now, I only use one mod, and that is the Improved Hotbar by Pip. A shout out to you. I got this off of Steam as well as Script Extender version 59. There are a total of 5 stack bars, and what the Improved Hotbar does, it allows you to stack all 5 bars at once or however many you decide to choose. I use 3 in my games. That saves you from having to toggle through all the bars instead. Also, you can chain and unchain your party with just one click. Very nice. Having Script Extender version 59 allows us to have all the achievements still active and not disabled. I also use a few gift bags from the Definitive Edition. Only the quality of life ones though. There are a couple of them that make it for convenience and actually speed things up. How ironic, huh? We will be collecting the armor sets as well, due to those are also in the guide. Although they do not provide much XP, and the fights are some of the toughest in the game, but the pieces are important and they will have their own benefits. I don't use any gift bags that change the original game because I like it the way it is. I will go over all the gift bags I use in episode 1. Okay, the last topic I'd like to go over is trading, crafting, and stealing. I'll start with stealing. Now, I don't like to steal in general. I don't like to steal skill books or weapons in this Let's Play. I only steal 3 consumable potions in Act 1, and that is because if I don't, I will miss out on them, and I need some of them to escape Fort Joy. I know this is kind of weird to be okay with murder in some cases for XP and not with stealing from NPCs. I just feel like stealing is too cheap and easy, pun intended. I do like to craft items, and that has many uses, for trading mostly. Plus, with crafting and trading in this game, it makes it more fun to me and adds another challenge level. So, question for you. Would the Fallouts and the Skyrims in this world be as fun without trading and crafting? I don't think so. So then comes the next question. When is a good time to trade with the NPC vendors? And the answer to that question for this walkthrough is twice per level, because the vendors restock their shelves every hour of gameplay and at every level up. With that, I will make a shopping run at every level up, and then when my XP bar reaches around 50%. I find this to be a very good indicator. I'm not sure if I will show all my shopping runs though. That is something I can leave up to you, the audience, if you want to see them. I will show my first run with the vendors, however, so you can see what they stock. Not all vendors are the same. Some trade consumables, some trade a type of skill book, and some trade weapons and armor. I can shop and show the end result in the cases of rerun shopping sprees as well. Please leave a comment below of your opinion on that, and then I will go accordingly. Phew. All right, we made it through all that. Now, I know you may still have some questions for me, but now I believe the basics are covered and out of the way. But please feel free to ask your questions and thoughts in the comments below of what you may or may not like to see. So without further ado, it's time, I say, to let's play.